Red Voyage News splashing the check-in. Thank you for tuning in. And in this video, I'm going to do a bit of cursing. I'm going to use the N-word in this video. So if you don't want to hear me cursing and talk my ish, I'm going to give you guys 10 seconds to be able to shut this video down and just move on to the next video. But if you want to stay and listen to me talk my ish, then you can stay. But here, I'll give you guys 10 seconds. All right, I'm back. So this dude right here, Ray Hushpuppi, accused of helping North Korean hackers in a $1.3 billion scheme. Now, if you don't know who Raymond Abbas is, also known as Hushpuppi, this dude was an African scammer. Okay, and he got arrested in the summertime of last year. He was arrested with 12 others earlier in June of last year for allegedly scamming $35.6 million. They're accused of creating fake pages of existing companies and banks to redirect payments from the legit companies and people to their own accounts. People were alerted to Hushpuppi due to him posing with expensive cars, clothing, jewelry, and other luxury items on his Instagram page, which boasts over 2 million followers. Dubai police were apparently tracking Hushpuppi's every move for 4 months. I think it was a little bit longer than that. And monitoring his Instagram posts. During his arrest, police seized $40 million worth of items, including over a dozen luxury cars valued at almost $7 million. Police also seized 21 computers and 47 smartphones during this raid. And also found out that, on those laptops that he had like thousands of names, addresses, people's credit card numbers, the social security numbers, the whole shebang. So, recent news. Issued a statement of what went down, saying North Korea's operatives using keyboards rather than guns, stealing digital wallets of cryptocurrency instead of sacks of cash, are the world's leading bank robbers. Hushpuppi's part in the matter allegedly found him helping 3 North Korean computer hackers take funds from banks and companies, including a company in Malta that went down in February 2019. Here's the thing. Those North Korean hackers, they're over there chilling in North Korea, relaxing while this dude's in prison. All right. So I want to focus on his Instagram page. And this is what I want to say, man. This was a nigga that was doing way too much. All right. This was a nigga that was doing way too much in a place that wasn't his home country. And he forgot that he was a black man on the soil. Okay. And his alibi that he wanted to use was him being a real estate developer. Nigga, ain't nobody going for that shit. And on this channel, I don't condone scamming. I don't condone criminal activity of any sorts of that matter. But the thing is, man, it's like you out there in Dubai, you're a foreigner out there where it's a homogenous society where most of the people do not look like you. In a religious country with strict laws, people forget that. Over in Dubai, I mean, there are strict laws out there. And this was a nigga that was doing way too much. The thing was, it's like, could you imagine? This dude was trying to outfloss the sultans out there. This dude was trying to outfloss the oil tycoons. You flying private. You don't have a job, really. You saying you're a real estate developer. People are going to ask you questions. That's the thing. When you're a black man, when you're just a black man on a plane, you're sitting in the front of the plane. You're not even in first class. You're not even in business class. You just sitting in the front and you trying to go someplace, fly. You trying to go on vacation or whatever. Even if you're in a location where it's like a vacation spot, a lot of people are going to ask you, I used to get this a lot. What do you do for a living? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? Man, black folks don't just, black folks don't just ask other races of people, what do you do for a living when they see them out and about on resorts or when they're on the plane? It's another way of saying, what are you doing here? Okay. Then you in the mall and some of these stores, the Louis Vuitton store, the Fendi store, the Christian Louboutin store, the Gucci store, all these places, they got to shut down the store because you buying out the store. And the thing is whoever the sultan or the oil tycoon that is from that country who, wants to go in and make a purchase that day, he can't because your ass is in there buying up all the shit. You got to get the bellhoppers to get the clothes, the luggage rack to bring down there so, you can get a special delivery to go to your spot because you done bought out the store. Then you're getting specially made, specially ordered for Ray Hushpuppi in a Rolls Royce with a Richard Mille watch. And some of these Richard Mille watches, they're going for $250,000. And they said they were watching him for 4 months, every move that he made for 4 months. I don't believe that. I believe they was watching him since day one. They was watching him since day one. When he showed up, the moment he showed up in Dubai and he said, hey, how much is your presidential suite? I want to buy it out. How much is your presidential suite? How much is the room on the top floor? They hit you with the bill, like, okay, man, this guy, he's just asking because, he's just curious about all the money that's going on. He just wants to know a number. No, he was like, oh, that's it? That's how much? All right, that's it? All right, I'll buy it. You're like, okay, what the fuck do you do for a living? See, when they see a black man show up someplace spending money, they have to know what you do for a living. See, when it's Michael Jackson, God rest the dead. When it's Michael Jackson, it's like, oh, okay, it's Michael Jackson. There's a video going around of when he would go to Las Vegas and he would purchase like these, these art pieces in a store, these antiques or, these sculptures in a store, and they were very expensive, right? And he would just go in there. He goes, oh, I want that one. 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 I want that. Like it's like a 2-minute video. I forget how long it is, but he's just like, I want just that quick. I want that one. Oh, yeah. Give me 2 of those. Give me that one. Give me that one. Give me this one. Yeah, I want this one. This one, I already have that one, but give me that one, that one, that. And you just know he's going to run up the bill, but it's Michael Jackson. People know who he is. LeBron James, people know who he is. Steph Curry, people know who he is. And some places, they don't even care who you are. Remember, Oprah was in France and she tried to buy a bag out there. Was it France or was it New York? I believe it was in France somewhere. She tried to buy a real expensive purse, a real expensive bag, but she was looking real homely. And the woman behind the counter was like, man, shoe fly, get out of here. You can't afford nothing in this fucking store. And that store got called out for doing that, right? So even when you got it, you get discriminated against. You get, they turn you around. You're not even in a city or a country where it's acceptable for unknown black folks to ball out like that. You see what I'm saying? You could have went to like Atlanta or some shit like that, and people would have they would have kind of been like, okay, he's probably some CEO or some rapper. Or he manages a bunch of artists out here because that is the city for that. You see what I'm saying? That's the city. It's like, okay, all the rappers all across the country come down here. People that want to be managers, DJs, they come down here and they get their foot in the door and then they blow up. So seeing somebody like a Hushpuppi in Atlanta doing what he does, it's like he would have been under the radar. You see what I'm saying? But you in Dubai, a sultan, like I can't shop here because this fool's here. I can't buy the last Ferrari because this fool bought it. I can't purchase that condo at the top of that building there because this fool brought it. Cause I don't even want to know. I don't even want to know what he did in the nightclubs. Could you imagine he go up in the nightclub and the whole section is bought out by him? Everybody in his clique, all the Africans are there. There's nothing but Africans in the VIP lounge. He done bought all the bottles. A sultan walks in and like, okay, I want a bottle of Dom Perignon. Like, no, sir, there's nothing to drink. You just gonna have to drink water or juice. Like, what the fuck? Why? He's like, because that black man over there, he bought out everything. So it's like when you trying to outball or outfloss somebody and, you forget that you black and you're not in the land where it's almost acceptable for you to ball out like that. It's acceptable to invite ballers, but you didn't stop by and pay a visit and leave. You didn't just come over and visit. No, you moved in. You moved in. And you're taking up space. You see what I'm saying? And all the so-called friends that you probably made in Dubai, that were citizens of the country, they all were passing around information on you. They all were passing around information. You see, look how he looking at him. Like, who the fuck is this dude? Everybody from the bellhopper, the doorman, the receptionist, they're all keeping tabs on you. You're the main focal point of the building. Okay, that you live in. Everywhere you go, people are watching and asking about you. I don't even know who these two guys are. Okay, they look rich. All right. They're passing information on you. Oh, I want to go there one day. I'm jealous. I've always wanted to go there. That's in Greece, I believe. And that's the thing, man. Flossing will get you in trouble, especially when you're doing wrong. Okay? Especially when you're doing wrong. There was like another scammer. I think he was in South Africa or the country next to South Africa. I forgot his name. My homeboy was telling me about him. This happened like a couple months ago. It happened recently. This dude, like, they said he was driving. He was drinking while driving, and then he hit a tree and it got caught on fire and everybody in the car died. And I don't believe that for one bit. Somewhere out there in South Africa, they showed him the night he went to the club. He was recording himself on his Instagram. They showed this dude's house. On the outside of his house, this dude had like a whole Versace window on the outside of his house. And he had a Rolls Royce Phantom. I think it was purple. And like the next morning when they were still trying to put out the fire and get people out of the... Matter of fact, I'm going to find out who... Hold on, let me pause the video. Okay, it was this dude right here. Genius Janimbi Kadunguri. I don't know how you say his name. Remember I said he had the Versace window outside of his home. He had the Versace window outside of it. This is his house right here. I think he was doing the same thing Hushpuppi was doing, scamming. He was doing too much. This is his home. He was doing too much. They said he hit a tree and it got caught on fire. Man, I said to myself, nah, they were shooting. And then when they were shooting at him, they made sure everybody was dead inside the car. Then they set it ablaze. They set it on fire. That's what I think when that happened. This doesn't happen from you hitting a tree. If you just driving from the club trying to get back home, you're not doing 100+ miles an hour down a street. No, you ain't that drunk. You was being chased and people were shooting at you. And I'm like, nah, that looked like somebody was attacking them and set it on fire. And then you can see there's bullet holes in here. They showed bullet holes in videos. And I mean, I'm like, no, this looked like bullet holes. And then they try to cover up the evidence by setting it on fire. That's what happened. But this is another dude that was doing too much. I don't know what he was involved in. I'm not saying he deserved it, but hey man, make an honest living. Number one, make an honest living and quit flossing. All right. Because even if you are making an honest living, you're trying to show out in front of people who don't give a damn about you. And you're showing your plate to a bunch of guys that are hungry. See, when you show your plate to people that are hungry, they're gonna come through and try to take shit off your food. Excuse me. They're gonna come through and try to take food off your plate. When you show your plate to cats that are hungry. I'm over them out. Like, subscribe, comment, share this video. Peace.